Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this week's episode of Something Today.
We are your hosts, Josh.
And me, Rihanna.
The theme of this week's episode is music.
That's right, Josh. From Grammy nominations to how to learn an instrument, this afternoon's show is everything musical.
But first, let's start off with the news and what's going on in the music industry today.
Welcome to our latest edition of the News in Music. Firstly, learn that the 65th Grammy Award is set to take place on February 5th from Los Angeles. The event will be broadcast live on CBS, streamed live, as well as being available to watch on Paramount+. And it will include huge performances alongside awards being presented by the Recording Academy to recognize outstanding achievements within the music industry. Categories this year don't disappoint, with genres including the Record of the Year, with nominees like ABBA with their record Don't Shut Me Down, Woman by Doja Cat, The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar, and more.
As well as this, we have the category for Album of the Year, which includes 30 by Adele, Good Morning Gorgeous by Mary J. Blige, Music of the Spheres by Coldplay, and many more. And of course, we have the Song of the Year nominees, which include the likes of Lizzo with About Damn Time, Bad Habit by Steve Lacy, God Did by DJ Khaled, alongside other outstanding nominees.
In other musical news, social media worldwide has blown up with posts of user Spotify Wrapped results, which became available as we transitioned from November to December 2022. Since 2016, Spotify have been holding a viral marketing campaign where users can see their annual statistics and data on their Spotify service, reflecting on their music listening habits throughout the year and sharing them online for all of their friends to see. 2022 was no exception to this, with Wrapped seeming to be a bigger event than ever before and users worldwide anticipating its release. On top of seeing and sharing results, users have been able to see the worldwide listening statistics, which have also been released by Spotify. According to the company, the most streamed artists of the year worldwide have included Taylor Swift and BTS, with the first place once again being Bad Bunny, which has stayed the case since 2020.
Also, many users were unsurprised to find out that Harry Styles, as it was, took the throne as the most streamed song of the year, with the song being an undeniable upbeat hit since its release. Many users also checked out what the most popular throwback albums and songs were, to see what other users worldwide were feeling nostalgic about this year. Unsurprisingly, this included Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush and Something in the Way by Nirvana, with both of these having skyrocketed in the streams this year thanks to their usage in the fourth season of Stranger Things and the film The Batman, respectively. Speaking of nostalgia, and to cap off this news segment, fans of rock music have experienced a recent resurgence in an era of music they experienced in the late 90s to early 2000s.
With all that said, thank you for listening to our news section. We are now going to be handing over to Harry, who will be giving over a forecast of what's coming up in the world of music.
Thank you for that insightful news. Now, moving on to upcoming album releases. Italian rockers Maneskin are going to be kicking off 2023 in some style with the release of their long-awaited new full-length album, Rush. The Eurovision champions announced the news on an Instagram post in collaboration with Spotify, in which the album is scheduled to be launched on January 20th. Not only this, Grammy and Oscar-winning musician Sam Smith has announced their fourth studio album, Gloria, which will be released on January 27th. Sam describes their album as not only a creative revelation, but something of a personal revolution for the celebrated artist. Lyrically, subjects of the album speak around sex, lies, passion, self-expression, and imperfection. Moving on from album releases, let's see who will be touring this year. Taylor Swift, the Queen of Pop, will embark on her The Eras tour in March 2023, and a handful of US shows have been made public. Girl in Red, Paramore, and Phoebe Bridgers are just a few of the incredible musicians who will be supporting her. Taylor's most recent album, Midnights, which she accomplished a Billboard first by occupying every spot in the top 10 of the Hot 100 song list, has been a huge hit internationally. The announcement came in the wake of that accomplishment. Furthermore, a new Swift UK tour was officially announced in October, and fans who pre-ordered her new Midnights album were eligible for early admission. Next, Arctic Monkeys, an iconic Sheffield band that just performed at Leeds Festival 2022, have announced a summer tour for this year. They will play live performances in a number of significant cities, including Bristol, Manchester and London. The band's 7th album, The Car, which was released on Friday, October 21st, was not yet published when the impending tour was announced. Thousands are anticipated to attend the outdoor concerts in several of the tour's major towns. Furthermore, Arctic Monkeys will perform a number of venues in North America in August and September after their UK gigs this year, including Texas, New York, California and more. That's it for the forecast. Up next, we'll be meeting our very special guest Zach, and he'll be showing us how he learns to play his instrument and how he prepares to perform.
Zach, and I'm from Dorset, lived here my whole entire life. Every day feels a little bit harder. Every day I feel a little smaller. Everywhere I look I see your face. So I'm a pianist. Journey really, I've only started proper lessons the last 6 months. But a lot of it I learnt myself just by watching YouTube videos and those kind of stuff online. You hide behind the curtains, you're lurking in the shadows. Writing really I've always done from a young age, whether it was just hearing a song already written and just changing the lyrics or something like that. I think that's how I started getting in the flow, and then eventually you start picking up your own melodies and coming up with your own lyrics from scratch. Is this the show of the year? The show you wanted to see? Is this the show you needed to direct? It's a circus of my life. It's a bit of a tough one really. You don't really think about, I'm going to write a song about this. It's just whatever comes to you at the time. But the thing I do is I put myself in someone else's situation, think of what their story is, and I'd write about that. Whether it's just even watching a film, I'd then write about the plot, I'd put that in a song. Trying to forget you so I can sleep. So the song is based on about a guy who has a woman who's controlling his life, and she's making him feel quite low, and that's, I've metaphorically turned it into a circus theme as well. Dream career would be, well, same as everyone's really, filling out stadiums, just being a songwriter. But obviously it's very hard to get to the top, but dream would be just to be an established songwriter.
After seeing how Zach works and how he plays the instrument, we are delighted to have him join us in the studio today.
Pleasure to be here.
Yes, that's right. We'll be finding out about his personal life, his interest in music, singing, and the degree that he is studying, as well as his opinion on the upcoming nominations later to happen this year.
Welcome, Zach, to the studio. Thank you for being here. We're just going to ask you a few questions just to find out more about you.
So, how are you feeling about your performance later? How do you usually cope with your nerves?
It's different every time, really. It's a different audience every time, different crowd, different taste.
Yeah.
Like today with cameras rather than an actual audience itself. So that's another way to pay yourself. There's no set rate really.
Yeah, you've got that online audience instead. So
I forget about that one.
as we will see in your performance later, you sing, you write songs. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Depends really what you grew up listening to through your childhood, through parents. Now, like me, I'm a little bit older with my music. I like right from Elvis Presley down to Gary Barlow, Ronan Keaton.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Brilliant.
So I like to listen to.
Yeah.
Is music always something you've always wanted to do?
I was like most lads really growing up, want to be a professional footballer. And you realise at a certain age that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So music was always a side hobby for me. I then thought I'd pursue it as a more of a go forwards with plan.
So would you say it's been a difficult journey getting to where you are now?
Yes, but I wouldn't change it because it's those sort of things that help you get there, like go through school and everything. There's little tweaks, different things that will build up to eventually getting into university and the degree you're taking and everything.
Yeah.
Did you find that lockdown was good for you for your songwriting, or did it hinder your progress?
In a way, I thought lockdown was great for me because I started learning to play the piano during lockdown. So that was the time for me to learn the instrument to help. I've always written lyrics, but
Yeah.
it's just it was an instrument that I could use to help compose my own music to go with my songs.
Spending the lockdown in the right way.
Absolutely.
What is the best piece of musical advice you've been given then?
Be yourself, really. You've got to be unique. You know, you can't impersonate anyone. Like, obviously, everyone impersonates people trying to get to where they want to be, but then you've got to take ideas from each one of those artists you look up to and then create your own.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Would you change anything about the industry? If so, why?
It's a big industry. If anything, it'll be opportunities for young people because it's changed quite a lot now. People can't really go get record deals like they used to. You've got to be seen really on social media.
Yeah. Do you feel that the internet has impacted the music business then?
Massively. Like I was saying, record deals used to be able to just go audition now, but now it's getting spotted on social media using TikTok, Instagram. They're the biggest ones really to get into the industry.
Fair. What to you defines a musician as great?
Unique, same again.
Yeah.
They need to be different. If they're all the same, you wouldn't have all these genres. So I think that's what makes Elvis Presley one of the greatest. He come in as his own style, and that's just the things you need to be.
Yeah.
Bring yourself to the table, something new.
So what advice would you give to others starting out in the industry?
So I'm just repeating the same stuff. Be yourself. You've got to just be unique. You can't copy. Be yourself. Write your own sort of music that relates to you. Not try and write like other people because that's what's going on around. You just got to write your own stuff and hopefully it'll get out there and people enjoy it.
Yeah. Fair. Well, you know we've got to ask. What would your dream collaboration be?
Guy Barlow, easy, great
amazing
songwriter,
choice.
amazing
Of
pianist.
course. And how do you feel that Bournemouth University has impacted and helped your musical career?
Massively. So before I started university, I was always just on the piano, singing really, whereas university has helped me to work behind the scenes on the music stuff, so like using software and all, recording in studios, all the behind the scenes stuff that don't really get noticed.
Yeah, and all of the facilities you get to use as well, right?
Oh, it's amazing facilities here.
Of course. Well, with this song we're about to listen to, what inspired you to write this song?
With this song really, the thing with writing is you've got to put yourself into other people's shoes. So this song I just written based about a different situation in life which don't really get noticed as much.
Yeah.
And that's just the story behind it really.
Yeah, it's fair. Is it based on a true story?
Most of it's true, yeah.
Oh,
It's a everyday, like I said, it's an everyday situation, so.
Well, thank you very much, Zach. Do you want to know what Bournemouth University is like in regards to musical facilities? Look no further. Up next gives you a tour of what we have to offer here in the Pool Gateway studio.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm the Creative Studio Technician Placement at BU, and these are the music studios. So this is the control room 1. This is where all your recordings from the live room come in to the desk and into Pro Tools. And this is the SSL desk, where you can do some mixing and controlling levels, and it has built-in EQ and compression. There's also a load of outboard gear where you can use analog effects to add to your mix. We also have a range of synthesizers as well if you want to use them, and some lovely monitors to listen back to your songs and help you with mixing. Next I'm going to take you to the live room where all the recording takes place. So this is the live room where you can have musicians come in and play instruments, which gets recorded into the control room through these patch bays on the wall. There's a range of different instruments in here, so you can have any sort of musician come in, from drummers to piano players to clarinet players. So.
There we go. If that looks like something that would interest you, definitely look into coming here in the future.
Up next, what we have been particularly waiting for, Zach's performance to one of his original songs he has both written and composed. Let's have a watch and listen. Enjoy.
Every day feels a little bit harder. Every day I feel a little smaller. Everywhere I look I see your face. The lights are shining on me, waiting for me to screw up, or just to mess up in this life. You hide behind the curtains, you're lurking in the shadows, laughing at me while I'm standing on the stage, with my world crashing down, while I'm feeling like a clown in one big show. Is this the show of the year? The show you wanted to see? Is this the show you needed to direct? It's a circus of my life. Every day I stroll through the forest. Every night I'm stumbling through the streets, trying to forget you so I can sleep. Sleep doesn't come as easy as it used to, when I could dream. When I close my eyes, it feels like hell outside. Every step I take is one step forwards and two steps back. When I'm moving on in life, you make me feel like a clown in one big show. Is this the show of the year? The show you wanted to see? Is this the show you needed to direct? It's a circus of my life. Is this the show of the year? The show you wanted to see? Is this the show you needed to direct? It's a circus of my life. It's a circus of my life.
Well, that's all we have time for today. We want to thank our guests for coming in and for their excellent performance. We hope that you enjoyed today's show and catching up on the latest news in music.
From all of us here at the studio, have a good day, and we hope to see you next time. Goodbye.